Okay, good people. So I wanted to jump in and kind of discuss the topic of synthetic hair causing cancer. If you have not seen it, there was a student that did some testing, and I'll explain that what she did. And then Consumer Report, their scientists also did some testing on braiding hair to see the potential of causing cancer. So, and then there were 4 black scientists that actually did a panel discussion discussing both Chrystal's findings and also Consumer Report. So I'm going to break that down, and I'm doing this from an industry professional standpoint because I really wish that would have been something that happened in the process of them deciding to do this testing, that they actually would have had a conversation with somebody that was a seasoned professional and educator in the industry. That is me, and I also used to be a braider, hairstylist, and esthetician, so I'm giving all of this perspective from my years in the industry. And so Chrystal initially went and got some braids 2 years ago, 2023, 2 years ago. She got some braids in her hair. The smell from the braids was hurting her head, making her head hurt, and she wasn't feeling well. So eventually she tried to wash it and do all the things. Nothing worked. And eventually she took them out, and she decided to do some testing to see what chemicals were in them. And yes, of course, she found that there were toxic chemicals in the braiding hair. So based off of that, she kind of gave a little commentary, had some other people, some other scientists, and some journalists kind of give, they put together, they went through like discovery and everything, and they came up with some stuff to kind of give us Consumer Report. They had their scientists do testing on 10 brands. They contacted the brands also. And they did find that there were toxic chemicals. It actually says the level on the article. It says the amount of each and what that chemical was. But one of the things that was on their testing that I think was missed by a lot of people was the fact that that article said if it was ingested. I'm pretty sure none of us is eating braiding hair unless it's a pregnant woman that has some type of unusual craving, because we know that happens. I'm almost sure none of us are ingesting it. I know the kids might put it in their mouth, but they're not sitting there just eating it. And then the potential of you probably braiding and maybe, grabbing a quick snack, that's less likely to happen. But hey, if it did, I'm just saying, I get it. But I say all that to say, some of the things that I saw being posted based off of these findings, it was a lot. So I was like, let me give the perspective of an industry professional, one that was a braider, I've been retired for a few years, and one that now is a product developer and an educator. One, you are not eating that hair. You're probably not at risk for cancer through braiding hair. Are you at risk for cancer because of the food that you eat? More than likely. Because of the clothes on your back? Yeah. Because of the detergent? Dish detergent, stuff you clean your house with, all of that stuff, pesticides, like all of that, probably. But from braiding hair, no ma'am, no sir. If you're not even wearing braids long enough for them to even give you that type of risk, and you're also, it's not even really on your scalp like that, and it didn't even say the potential of how long if it was absorbed into your skin, because again, that's a whole nother level of science, something being able to be absorbed into your skin based off of molecule size and some other conduits that are like there's a whole nother science to that. So I'm pretty sure that that's not happening. Okay, now what I wish would have happened is they would have had a conversation again with industry professionals. And the second thing that I wish they would have done was to actually test individuals. Like, go see if people would volunteer themselves that wear braids to be tested to actually see if any of these chemicals were in their body. Now, one of the chemicals that did show up that was on there was acetone. But acetone is also used in nails. So, it's on your body in a different way. So that potential is probably there. Now, the other potential with a braiding hair, less likely. Can you get contact dermatitis? Yes. Some type of allergy to the hair? Most definitely. Should you continue using it? Absolutely not. Discard it, take it out, and make sure that you properly treat your scalp. Let your braider know that this caused you contact dermatitis. The braider that braided her hair, I don't even understand how in the heck a braiding hair smelled like that and there was no awareness for it from the actual braider themselves, because I'm pretty sure she probably was not the first person to have that type of reaction. Maybe they just didn't do anything about it or say anything, and they just went on about it, she tried to wash and wash and wash before she actually took it down, because she paid a certain amount of money, and then I'm pretty sure she didn't want to waste it. Okay, now, this braiders, I do believe braiders need to have some type of formal education and training, not in the sense of the braid technique itself, but some people might, but in the sense of understanding hair anatomy, structures, and the products themselves, really understanding different brands. There should definitely be some education around it. I'm telling y'all, that's from my perspective, being in this industry. Was getting braids when I was a kid, but started braiding when I was 12, retired a couple years ago. Understanding brands, understanding the depth of your person's texture, density, all of these different things, they do come into account when you are braiding somebody's hair. And I definitely think that braiders need to have more formal training, some type of regulation, and a license behind it. That's just my perspective. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, now the next thing is, some of y'all, and I'm gonna say woke people, because y'all be too woke for me, that you probably need to go to sleep a little bit, because you started attacking braiding. You do know that braiding existed way before braiding hair came about, right? Because it's been proven in scientific discoveries from other countries that braiding existed way back then. They used other things to extend their hair, to make it fuller, to make it more extravagant with color. It was, a thing of class and society, or the distinction between male and female, or other different things. And it existed way before braiding hair even came along, right? So why would you kill this art form and this expression of people, want to kill this expression of people and kill somebody's livelihood because of what somebody else did that could potentially, and we don't even know, really kill you? Because what we do know is your food can kill you, and the clothes you got on your back can kill you because of the potential chemicals in them. We do know that. That has been proven. Factual. We know that for sure. And all this love yourself, love who you are, just because somebody decided to wear braids don't mean they don't love themselves. Because again, this did not just come about yesterday or when braiding hair was invented. It's been in circulation, art form, and existence before all of us who currently live in the world right now even existed. So let's not kill. You're talking about somebody's livelihood. You're talking about somebody's expression of themselves. You're talking about, a time saver for moms and working class. They do love themselves. They just choose to get something that maybe adds a little more time to their day. They do love themselves. And furthermore, that whole you feel like some like not loving themselves because they decided to do something like and love your natural hair. Really, all this started about with slavery. Like, yes, there was a time when we actually felt like this was beautiful, and now we're waking up and we understand that our hair is beautiful, our this is beautiful and everything, and we're going against all of these products that straighten our hair and all of this other stuff, and we're just not having it anymore. And then on the other end of it, you know, we feel like for all these years people have been trying to kill us anyway with the medical, not really caring about pregnant women and the diseases that we get and all the and jobs and all these things. So now we're just like, this is another thing that's trying to kill us. No, because guess what? When that company decided to make that product, what they did was they found a way to capitalize on something we were already doing, which we have known that for years this has been done. We were doing this already using something else, and they found a way to make a fiber to make this so that we would buy it, and they knew that we were going to buy it. Are you going to kill somebody that's making you money? Probably not. I don't think that was they in their mind, they're like, I'm going to make this with all these toxic chemicals so they can kill them so I won't have nobody buy my stuff. I don't think that's what they were thinking. They were thinking to fatten their pockets. Business owner. Now, if they were an entrepreneur, they probably would have been thinking different. They were like, how can I make something like these other brands out there that were like, let's figure out alternatives so that we can be, you know, help people with their safety and make sure that they are not exposed to toxic chemical. Entrepreneur, because they were finding a way to solve your problem that you had, and they cared about you. They wanted to support you, and they wanted to make sure that you were okay and healthy. That business owner that decided to make Kankalon, however you pronounce it, didn't care nothing about that. Saw a way to capitalize, and they ran with it. Now, the next part of it is, yes, I wish the companies would have tested people, and they would have had conversations with other professionals in the cosmetology industry. Next thing, I do wish that we can realize that, again, this was something we were already doing. We do love ourselves. Like, where that comes from that somebody braiding their hair doesn't care about themselves is beyond me, you know? And that's not even the case, because I love me and I'm gonna wear braids all day. I love it. Like, that was like the very thing I learned at 12, and I started practicing and learning and doing it, and it became my career. It sustained me for years and years and years until I decided not to do it. Don't kill people. Don't do that. It's an art form. You still love yourself if you get braids. If it's too tight, find you another braider. Find you somebody that know what they're doing. Find you somebody that understands how to talk to you when they're doing your hair and what they're doing to your hair. Do that. Another thing with Kankalon is a fiber that other companies purchase, and those brands that you use and you take home and you get braided into your hair, they give it to the companies. The companies themselves take it, and they make these products now that you put in your hair, that, you know, that curly hair, that whatever you're using, they make it in their own factories, and then that is what you put into your hair. So we don't know what they're doing. It's obvious that there are toxic chemicals on it. Not all brands are like that. Find the brands that aren't. There are alternatives, but even then, like the 4 scientists explained, you don't know if you'll have an allergic reaction to that. And again, you're not ingesting it, so that potential level of toxicity getting into your body is almost slim to zero, right? So these companies, when they make these products, again, a way to capitalize on something we were already doing. Because if you know, crochet braiding hair, actually, that word never existed on the packs of hair. What happened was somebody, I think it was a black-owned company, took some hair and they decided to make it into like a curl pattern. Like, they made it into a curl pattern already. And then the companies that were already making hair that did that changed their packs, their branding on their packs to say Kankalon hair. So they weren't thinking to kill you. They found another way to capitalize on something we were already doing, right? And furthermore, like, think about it. Like, why do you think curling irons and perms and rollers were invented? Because they liked the way our hair was. Like, we're so beyond thinking in another realm of like somebody trying to hurt us and kill us all the time, and so in a defense and offense that we forget to just look at the actual facts, and that people really don't care about us like that. Like, they really don't. They just want money. Like, seriously, they just want money. Like, the potential of whatever, that wasn't on their minds. They found a way to make more money. So again, I hope I broke it down for you, understanding that the article from Ms. Chrystal, the article from Consumer Report, yes, there are toxic chemicals on the hair. Can you get cancer from it? Probably not. Can you go get yourself tested and that hair tested? You can go to a lab. You can do that yourself. You can go get yourself tested. You can go get that hair tested. Will you probably have that toxic chemical in your body? No. If you got yourself tested based off the food you eat, the burger, the hamburger, all that other stuff, probably so. Yes, I'm going to say yes. But from the hair, no. Are you putting it in your mouth and you eating it? Doubt it. So that risk is probably zero to slim to none. Should braiders have more education? Yes, because for that young lady to have that hair put in her head and it already smelled like that, somebody was not first of all, that's just not gonna say common sense, but you should just know not to put that in nobody's hair and smell like that. Braiders do need training, and I'm not just saying based off of the fact that happened. I'm just saying because there's so many incidents that happen that yes, I do believe that braiders need more training. Do cosmetologists and people in the cosmetology field and science need to come together more so that we can have conversations on the table, and so that we can make sure that we're serving people well and better? Yes, I'm willing to. I'm here. Please have a conversation with me. I would love to. And woke people, go to sleep. Like, y'all, it's too much and we're taking it too far, and we just think about it. Look at all the facts. Understand what's happening. Nobody's trying to kill you like that. Not with no hair product. Not with braiding hair. Maybe with some other stuff, but not with braiding hair. So again, that is just my 2 cents. I actually was not going to comment on it, but it was so much crazy stuff being said and just thrown out there. I was like, oh my God, let's reel this on in. Dear friends, I hope you have a good day. I'm going to link those articles here so that you can read Chrystal's article, you can read Consumer Report article, and you can listen to that video from the 4 scientists. I really hope that you do, because it's really important for you to have a better understanding. Okay? Have a good one. Bye.